An insurance company categorizes policyholders into three groups: high risk, medium risk, low risk. A study showed that 45% are low risk, 35% medium. The probability of death over the next year, given that the policyholder is high risk, is 2 times the death of medium risk. The probability of death, given the policyholder is medium risk, is 3 times that of low risk. So the probability of death of a randomly selected policyholder is 0.009. Find the probability of death of a policyholder given the policyholder is high risk. So low risk has the lowest death probability. So let's call that as X. X is the death probability of a low risk policyholder. And then we are told that medium risk is 3 times more probability of death than low risk. So 3x will be the death probability of medium risk. And then we are told that the high risk is twice the medium risk. So high risk is 2 times probability of death. So if 3x for the medium, then high risk will be 2 times this, will be 6x. So here's the situation. We're given that 45% are low risk, 35% are medium risk. And so we can calculate the high risk will be 1 minus 0.45 minus 0.35. So that's 20%. And now the death probability given low risk was 6, was X. For medium risk was 3x, and for high risk was 6x. So death probability is given of a random policyholder. So let's call it D. So the probability that of death of a random policyholder is D, which is given to be 0.009. So, okay, D's not the death probability. Let D be the event of death of a policyholder. Death of a policyholder. Then probability of the death, which is given to be 0.009. It'll be probability of low risk and death plus probability of medium risk and death plus probability of high risk and death. So low risk was 45% and death probability of those was X. So this 45 times X plus 0.35 times 3X plus 0.2 times 6X. And that's 2.7X, and that death probability is given to be 0.009. So X equals 1 over 300. And now we can directly write that we want the probability of death given the policyholder is high risk. So now these are the probabilities, these are the conditional probabilities. So actually, this entry is death probability given low risk. This is death probability given medium risk. And this is death probability given high risk. So we directly know that the death probability given high risk will be 6 times X. We already have the X. But if you want to satisfy yourself that we are using our well-known formula, death given high risk will be death and high risk divided by high risk. So death and high risk was this entry, which was 0.2 times 6x, and then you divide by high risk. So you do get the 6x that I mentioned. And that would be 6 times 1 over 300.02. That's choice B.